name is Frances Fox. I am a trained remote viewer. I'm trying to find where it is that people can hear this music. Tonight we're getting together to do our first session. It will be for world peace. The words are in the text underneath me. Please, God, help us with our intention to miraculously purify the hate and fear. If there is no hate and fear, there is no war. There's peace. And I have it there in Spanish also. We will be doing this entire event in English, but you will get some comments in Spanish. And I have to say that if you find that irritating, you're going to have a really hard time when the spirits that come from other planets, aliens, when they declare themselves. You have to get used to people that are different from us. Excuse me a second, because I have some music going on there. I found it. So I would like to show you first why it is that we think that you should do this mantra. We did an experiment, and as to the changes in your mind streams, let me show you what they look like first. Okay? This is what the mind streams look like. We all have 72,000 strings extending from that gold funnel, which is our causal body, which is the fundamental structure of the universe. So when you listen to the music, which we will have on again, which is the MANTRISTA trilling. Trilling is a frequency, and it's a frequency of birds chirping. When you are listening to that frequency, your mind strings, which channel the nectar that is your mind, they love that frequency, and they kind of release themselves. They get unknotted, they get untangled, they start letting go of things. The concept of letting go and not attaching has to do with what is good for your 72,000 mind strings. Allow things to flow. So you saw what it looks like normally. Let me take off this. Nope, that's not what we're looking for. Okay, so when you listen to the mind streams, let me get this out. When you listen to the this music, and you do the mantra, okay? This is a person that has not yet done a mantra and is not doing sensory therapy, which is the video I'm going to put on in a minute. See the black mind streams, a section of them, they're going down. That means she was very depressed, as most people are today. So in this next graphic, she is just doing the depression mantra. Even though I'm depressed, I love and accept myself. And the mind streams get better. Remember, she looked like this to start out with no therapy, no mantra and no sensory therapy. Then she does a mantra and she gets a lot better. Then she does the mantra plus the mantra for world peace plus the trilling sensory therapy. And incredible. Her heart chakra expands. She gets chi in a lot of her assemblage. And there are no depressed mind streams. But she doesn't have the trilling music on. She's just doing the mantra. And on this one, this last one, she is doing the mantra plus the trilling sensory therapy. She gets around her canopy of mind streams, she gets a line that's like a protection. And at the top right, you can see there's a bad spirit that can no longer get to her. Her heart chakra is still expanding. Her throat chakra, you can see little short mind streams coming out. And the most incredible thing is that on the left and right lower part of her body, she is now receiving a lot of the element of earth. Now, the element of earth is important because the element of earth is what can keep you from being invaded by spirits. In the original Aramaic Lord's Prayer, it does not say protect us. It does not say that. It says help us to be in the moment. In other words, not to disassociate. In other words, to be rooted, grounded. And in this graphic where she's doing the mantra plus the sensory therapy music, which you're going to hear now, she's receiving more of the earth element. Oh, she's receiving more of the earth element, and you can see at the top right, she has a protection. That spirit is not able to come in because of that green line that formed that she did not have previously. So we are really not going to be chatting tonight. We're going to be putting on the music, which is for free on YouTube. We have it for 8 hours long so that you can sleep with it. Tremendous protection. It's great if you have children that are not sleeping well or if you're not tranquil. But you should have it on all day. Your environment needs to be healed. And you need support in your environment for your intentions, images, sounds, things that you can't see influence you. So let's fill up our spaces with the stuff that we know is going to support our intentions. So let me put back up the mantra, which I have here in both languages. You just need to do one. And now I'm going to put on the sensory therapy, which is the MANTRISTA TRILLING. You don't have to do anything except sit there comfortably. Without moving your mouth, you repeat the mantra in your head. Please, God, help us with our intention to miraculously purify the hate and fear. Please, God, help us with our intention to miraculously purify the hate and fear so that you too can end up within a few minutes looking like this individual with tremendous protection from negativity. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and start, and you can come in and you can come out. You can do whatever it is that you would like. Recommend this, but the first thing I would like for you to do is to check yourself and see this very controversial dress is a way of checking your frequency. If you see the dress white, bright white, and bright gold, your frequency's fine. If you're seeing it bronze and blue, you have a low frequency. Something's bothering you, you're angry, you're repressed, you're holding back a lot of emotions, which create a lot of heaviness in you and lowers your frequency. Now, this is the way it looks now. However it is that it looks for you now, that's the way it looks. And throughout this session, I'm going to put it back up again. And many of you may find that it becomes brighter and lighter as your frequency changes, as you are contributing to world peace. So let's get started with the music. How do you like that? Did you notice that the dress got more beautiful, more gold, more shiny, the more you did the mantra? Um, the dress is an example of what the planet is going through, where the Bible, the Mayans, the dolphins all said that we would be divided into two groups and same planet. And what's happening now is that there are people whose frequency has lifted because they've done a lot of purification. They've realized a lot of things. They've let go of a lot of things. They've done a lot of spiritual therapy, and their vibration rises, and they can see the gold and the white in the dress. Yet, if you could have something like happened to me years ago when the dress first became controversial, I saw it white and gold. Everything's fine. Obviously, I'm very spiritual. And then a couple of hours later, I saw it blue and brown. I was like, what happened? And I made sure I was looking at the right piece of paper, same dress. And I realized I had had a tantrum about something that had irritated me, which used to happen to me a lot. My vibration went down. So the same exact dress, the same exact picture, no longer was showing a shiny gold and a shiny white. It was blue and brown. So printing that up, which you can find on the internet, just put controversial gold dress and you'll find it. Printing it up and putting it someplace and looking at it will tell you where the vibration is, because you can create gold and golden opportunities and a golden life if your vibration is high. And you're not going to be able to even see the gold or the opportunity if your vibration is low. And that dress can tell you. It's really very neat. How much better do you feel from 1 to 10? When you started, if you were like 10 is great. If you were like at a 4, where are you now? I feel a lot more relaxed. It's been a crazy day today with enemies and stuff that happened and things just kind of going my way. So I was tense, but not in a bad way, but still tense. And I relaxed. So who's ever saying that it's light blue and gold, it's not. It's white and gold. But if you listen or do enough of whatever therapies that you do, or join us and do ours, you're going to find that you're going to see it white and gold. Let me put it back up again. Preppy stuff. See if um, it's very nice. Okay, so then this is our first session. Next time it's going to be an hour. This was 40 minutes. And the initial video that I chose, I love it. It doesn't look so good when it's in the small frame for Instagram and for cell phones. Looks much better when I'm doing it like on YouTube. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do about that. The first one is just pure trilling with the birds for your mind streams so that they'll relax. The second one with all the water and the ice very particularly reduces the fire element, which is the element that you have to have an excess of in order to have an argument, in order to hate somebody, in order to want to die or to kill yourself or to go to war. If you don't have an excess of the fire element, you cannot do all of those things, including kill yourself or wanting to die. Wanting to die is a repression of excess fire, irritability, hate. You're not dealing with it. You repress it, smile on your face, but I was not aware that suicide was a symptom of excess fire. But there have been scientific studies of places where the temperature has gone up, suicide rates also go up. They're totally connected. So, real important to get the fire down not just for the wars, but for everybody around us that really wants to die, whether they admit it or not. Okay? So I'm going to call it an evening. Thank you for joining me. And this is actually not really a meditation. And let me explain. Many, many years ago, I read that masters in India would not allow their students to meditate until several years into their training. And I didn't understand then, but I do now. When you meditate, which you kind of loosen your grip on the physical dimension and you get more operational in the other dimensions, you're going to enter the other dimensions at the level of your vibration. So it's like a building. You'll enter in a lower floor. Whereas once you've done a lot of work and you've released a lot of stuff, your vibration lifts and you are going to enter a meditation at a higher level, which means that the kind of spirits that you might bump into or that might notice you will not be as awful as if you entered at a lower level. So the gurus in India supposedly do not let you meditate for several years. And I kind of agree with that. And I don't really consider this a meditation because I want for you to be able to have an intention. This is an intention for world peace, and not have to go to a room by yourself, quiet, to do your mantras and listen to the music. I want you to be able to do this in a world that's moving. That you don't have to figure out, when can I have 20 minutes to do this? You can do it for 3 minutes. You can do it for 20. You can do it for 2 hours, such as we did a couple of nights ago with the fear mantra that was spectacular. So I don't consider that it's a meditation, even though I'm tempted to call it a meditation because people are familiar with that word. You're in an abusive family, then you might want to try a mantra. Please God help me with my intention to miraculously heal the abuse. And use the word miraculously because last year, around the 15th of November, there were veils that lifted and human beings will now have more access to their superpowers, which are in the third eye, and which is how you create miracles. So, Allison, please, the mantra would be, and you repeat it in silence, please God help me with my intention to miraculously heal the abuse. Or you could change it to miraculously heal my abusive family, whichever you feel is more important for you. And the words are said silently in your head. Mentally, you do not move your mouth with the words, because if not, you'll get tired and you won't be able to do as many mantras as you could do if you don't move your mouth. Okay, so I'm going to call it a night and we will be back here tomorrow. But for those of you that are new, Jason, Allison, and a couple of others who made comments, Preppy, do you feel more relaxed after doing this? Do you want to contribute a comment? Happy birthday. I do mantras all day long because I'm a Cancer astrologically, and we have compulsive thoughts. And so I have been able to substitute compulsive thoughts, which can make you completely crazy, with mantras. So when I start to get worked up about something, I am very quickly able to identify what it is that's bothering me, or kind of what I think is bothering me. And then I'll do a purification mantra, which is like a vacuum cleaner, and just keep going. And then that compulsive thought is not controlling me. So no comments, that would be fine. Then we will be back here tomorrow. And if you feel better, join us again, because it honestly is free therapy for you. Because what we discovered, and I'll put it up here, is when this person did this mantra with the first music that we did, her aura got this beautiful. And she got a protection, that green line you can see around her aura is protecting from the spirit that you see in the upper right hand corner. Plus she's drawing in the energy of earth, which is the element of earth is prosperity, security, and it protects you from spirits and from bad things. She was doing this for world peace. And she got all of these benefits, which is one of the strongest reasons for doing the mantras. Okay? No, I'm not vegan. I don't eat practically any meat, and I don't eat much chicken, but I do eat them on occasion. Okay? So then we'll see you tomorrow if you have found that you feel better. Thank you for joining us.